What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matt Burrill, here to tell you guys about my friends from Big Friendly Productions. Now, they specialize in creating merchandise for bands, artists, and even lifestyle brands. With their in-house equipment, they can provide shirts, branded hats, and more, as well as some graphic design services. They offer order fulfillment to handle your online orders and ship your merch straight to your fans from their shop down in good old Birmingham, Alabama, baby. Now, whether you are getting your first shirt, you're just starting out, or you're going on a 40-show run, hit them up for all your merchandising needs. Check out their website, bigfriendlyproductions.com, or shoot them an email, merchandising@bigfriendlyproductions.com. Now, we're going to get into the episode. This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill. Also, make sure you guys like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. And for more details and to get in touch with the rest of the familia, visit RaisRowdy.com. Now, let's get into it. Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Come on.
This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Outside the Round. Today, a very special episode, round 2 of having this guy on. You know I love my guys and girls from the great state of Alabama, and I have for a very long time. And me and this guy right here, his name is Elijah, and we had him on actually almost 3 years ago to the day.
Yeah.
And my God, the stuff that has happened in the past few years, I'm not on the road anymore.
Right.
You're doing different things from what you were doing. Like, it's,
Right.
Dude, it's great to fucking have you, man.
I mean, dude, we haven't actually hung out in
I know.
so long, dude.
Remember
It's
when we
been
used to
wild.
play kickball and shit?
Yeah.
And then we'd be hanging out at the Bama house of Trey Lewis, Ella Langley, Mitch Wallace,
Yeah,
and Clay
dude.
Barker.
Yeah.
Or going to Alex Maxwell's, or the house when it was you, Brian, and Wells. Which, how
Yeah.
funny is it? You guys used to live like right here.
So, yeah, well, I'd live like probably
Were you
like 10th of a mile down the road.
Oh, so you're still in? Are you still in that house?
No. I'm saying that house was like a 10th of a mile down the road.
Yeah.
But no, I'm over in Upper Mills now.
Oh, nice.
Like
So
towards
it's
that.
funny. I live out here in Hermitage too, and
Yeah.
I remember during COVID driving out to y'all's crib. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
when it was a fun time because Wales, and he still does a lot of folks' videos, and Wales
Yeah.
Tail Media does a great job. Good supporter of the program. We love you, Wales. But all the release parties back in the day of
Dude.
like you'd have a song coming out, or Chambers would have a song coming
Yeah.
out, or Brian would have a song coming out. The whole Muscadine Burning at Both Ends record coming out. Like there were so many good nights.
Dude,
at that
there was
house.
so much partying and alcohol that happened in that house. It was just, and that place probably had asbestos. It's like there was so many spiders
Yeah.
and like noises in the attic too. I was like, "Fuck, man! I'm so glad I'm only paying $500 for that place."
Dude, and that was your first time that like,
Yeah.
you moved up,
Yeah. So
right? Like right at that time?
yeah, so I like moved to Nashville in July of 2020. So I was getting all those like the COVID dollars, like the Trump bucks.
Trump bucks, dude.
Trump bucks for just like not dying.
Trump bucks were the shit,
it's
bro.
so sick, dude.
I've had to pay some back, actually. Have you had to do that?
They sent me a letter.
Yeah, they sent me a
I
letter.
don't know if I should actually go into that on camera.
I mean, it is what they're not watching. Whatever. They're worried about a lot of other shit going on.
Yeah,
right now.
I didn't do anything illegal, so
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Yeah, so we had you on the pod in November of 2020.
Yeah, bro.
So you had only been in town for
July,
4 months?
so like 4 months, something like that.
and
4 or 5
now you
months.
fast forward a few years.
Yeah, man.
Isn't it crazy what this town does? Like
It's
the different
pretty
chapters
wild.
you go through.
Yeah, I mean, from dropping out of college to just basically transforming my entire life to Nashville. Honestly, it's just been a blur ever since.
Everything's so blurry, bro. I feel that.
Puddle of mud.
Puddle of mud, yes. Butt Rock, yes. Which I'm so glad you and Luke came out to Butt Rock night.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I was like, okay, this is officially like the Nashville rock scene accepts this night because
Dude, it's sick.
Elijah,
It's really
and
sick.
Elijah and half a lake views here. So
It's really sick, dude. Me and Luke were talking about it, and we were like, we came with some girls, and they give us like a few lemon drops, and I'd had a beer too, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to rip a song right now, dude.
What song would you have sang? What fits in your Butt Rock?
Dude, we've been I've been playing Headstrong live.
Okay.
But like my version of Headstrong, so like way heavier.
Okay, yeah. With some more breakdowns in it.
Oh yeah. I was like, man, I'd love to play that song. But yeah, me and Luke was like, we should just get drunk and let Matt sing it. Let us sing a song, dude.
Dude, if you were to have come to me and said that, we would have made something happen.
Oh, I know.
Just so
We'll do it.
Between Nikki and I,
yeah.
Volume 4 will definitely have you. I think you would fuck up some 3 Days Grace.
Oh, I could fuck up
like
some
you singing "Animal I've Become" or like "Breaking Benjamin" or like
I could do some
any
shit
of the
like that.
heavier ends of butt
Yeah,
rock,
heavier end
dude.
of butt. Yeah, for sure.
Because rock's so cool in that there are so many the subgenres within.
It's cool.
And there's so many different scenes of like
Yeah.
hardcore, emo. They're kind of similar, but they're very different. Then there's like post-hardcore, and then
There's
like
so much. Yeah.
and then there's like hardcore, but they love Jesus and don't drink or anything. Like there's
yeah, straight
so
edge shit. Yeah.
So
I mean,
what scene would you say you kind of fit in?
I don't
right
know,
now?
man. That's a really good question. I think what I've been trying to do is just write what kind of feels good and come to me. So whatever scene people want to put me in, I don't know. I don't really care. So I'll take whatever anybody that wants to like my music.
Yeah.
Please come on. I don't care what you're
I think
part
that's the right attitude to have, though, and that's similar to country, where people are like,
It
"Oh
is,
man,
yeah.
that shit's pop country. That ain't real. That ain't real country right there." But
Yeah,
it's
it-
like it all fits,
Right.
And I feel like rock is like that. And right now, there's a resurgence
It's huge.
in the rock world, dude.
It's huge.
Rock it feels like 2003.
Yeah, and it's like people always say like good stuff comes around, like cool fashion comes around again. Like good music does the same thing. It's like people love rock music. It feels good. It's like energetic. Of course, it's gonna come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully rock becomes what it used to be. I think that'd be really sick. Just like the top songs being rock songs. I remember when Daughtry was like the biggest artist in the whole world.
Dude, Limp Bizkit, biggest artist
Dude,
in
Limp
the world.
Bizkit, Korn,
Yes.
playing to like 90,000 people. It's fucking wild, dude. I think it'll happen again.
Yeah,
think so.
what have the shows been like? Because you've been doing some live stuff here in town, and you've gotten to go out of town a little bit.
Yeah, it's been sick.
What's the crowd like at an Elijah show? Because I feel like I've got to stretch before I go. So my
you definitely have
body's
to
ready to
stretch.
move around.
Yeah.
A bit.
It's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, I think it's nice. It's a good mix of people that want to move around and get crazy, and people that want to sing. So, I think what's especially been weird about, maybe not weird is like the wrong word, but younger people that have never experienced the rock scene before, or like heavier music, go to a show for the first time and they don't really know what to expect. So like I went to a Bad Omens show. Do you know that band? Bad Omens?
The name rings a little bit of a bell.
Yeah. They got a song that blew up on TikTok. But they've been around for a long time. Anyways, they had some music blow up on TikTok and they started selling out these shows. They've been a band for years, right? Then all of a sudden, like people that's never been to a rock show, like a heavier rock show, come to a rock show and they see people like moshing within the first like 15 seconds. This huge pit just opens up. And then when I was there, people were getting mad at people moshing. And I was like, I know it's your first show, but come on.
This is the culture.
Yeah, like do a little research. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of vibe for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Where was that show at?
Is it Brooklyn Bowl here in Nashville?
See, I've only seen country shows over there at Brooklyn
Really?
Bowl. I haven't.
They do a lot of cool rock stuff.
I feel like because the rock scene we're coming from where I'm from up in New York, New Jersey. Obviously, I was very involved in the country scene.
Yeah.
But there is a big rock scene
Huge.
in New York City. That East Coast thing.
Yeah, bro.
Like the Starland Ballroom,
Yeah.
the Stone Pony, House of Independence. Just go back to CBGB's, like
bro.
the rock clubs that are up there. I feel like Brooklyn Bowl would be a good spot to.
It's
see
cool.
some
It
shit.
sounds really good in there too. I love that venue. That one in Eastside Bowl is really sick.
East Side Bowl. Brian Frazier was over the other day because we're
Yeah.
we're talking about like being able to do stuff on a bigger scale when it comes to nights similar to butt rock or just rock style things.
Yeah.
I haven't been to East Side Bowl.
It's sick, man. It's like a 70s vibe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So like
The
if
bowling alley is like a 70s vibe, and then
Oh.
the venue's sick though.
So like if Lakeside was a bowling alley venue, like is it of that Lakeside
No,
lounge
it
type
feels
of
kind of
thing?
like Jackie Moon 70s
Oh.
feel. Yeah. Like the bell bottoms and like the really multi-patterned carpet. It's that kind of vibe.
And people are just moshing in there, and it's just
Well, the bowling alley feels like that, but the venue is just the venue's its own thing.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah, so it's like a venue
separate
in the
thing.
back of the bowling alley. It's kind of sick.
Hell yeah.
It's cool.
And then you like the end, I'm sure, right?
The end is sick. I love those guys over
To
there.
me, the end is just, I mean, what's funny about the end is when you're used to being in the bar scene, even though I don't drink, it has to be the longest wait time for a fucking drink.
Dude, it's
in the
just
city
a
of
good
Nashville.
old fashioned.
But I kind of love
venue.
it though. I love it. That's like
Yeah.
part of their bit is you have.
It is.
the-
They'll never change.
Oh, that's yeah.
It's
and
good.
It's like and their POS system is just like
It's just
card
it's
with
hold-
like an index card.
It's hold the card and then write down what drinks you had on an index card and put it behind the bar.
No liquor, beer only.
Beer only. Sick.
I kind of like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me because I don't drink.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's no fucking difference. Like water's water.
Yeah,
so.
dude, when we played over there, I was right before I went on stage, I was like, man, I kind of need a shot of whiskey. And I was going out to the bar, and I was like, hey, can I get it? And I've been there so many times. And he's like, we don't have beer, man. Or we don't have liquor, man. I'm like, shit, I got to do this sober.
Yeah. Yeah. And the first time I went to that venue was actually for the Lakeview show that was there.
Yeah.
And
They sold, dude,
that
they sold
place,
so much beer.
yeah.
It was wild.
That place was fucking
Slammed.
nuts. It was
Slammed.
slammed. And something that a lot of people I don't think know about you is a big part of your like Nashville story and your musical journey has been not just being on stage or in the writing room or producing, which I want to touch on as well because I know
sure.
you know your way around some Pro
I've tried
Tools
to.
and some tracks and
Yeah.
shit. But you've done the content guy thing and gotten
Yeah.
to go out with two guys, Jesse and Luke, who you look up to. They're like big brothers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it seems like that's the dynamic. And you've gotten to see the country with these guys and watch their grow up and
I love those guys.
their rise. And that night at the end, it was asses to elbows. And then I just see you flying through with the camera in the air. I'm like, this guy knows how to get through a pit with a camera.
You have to. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to figure out different ways to make money when you're up here. You know what I mean? Like, keep yourself free and do music and write and try to make the reason why you moved up here work. Then also make money to pay rent. It's like, well, I have a camera. I know how to do some stuff. And then now it's just become kind of the thing I do on the side. But yeah, it's cool.
How did that come to be? Where it was Lakeview? Were those the first guys that you shot?
No,
Or how'd that kind of get started? Because
I mean,
not something
honestly,
people would guess.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly just started doing it for myself. And then I was helping out just some friends of mine shoot some content, doing pictures for like $150 or something just to help pay for shit during the month or whatever. But yeah, I don't really know how. It's the same thing with everything else. Just like, now I'm here. I'm like, I don't really remember the journey. It's just like, now I'm here.
Well, how'd you
So it's
meet
weird.
Jesse and Luke?
Jesse and Luke actually came over to our old house over here in Hermitage for, I can't remember what it was for. I think we were having some sort of party and they were, Quint. It was, you know Quint?
Yeah, that dude is as good of a people connector. Like,
He's so sick.
he just has good people around him because he's such
know.
a good fucking guy.
Yeah, great person. No, he so me and him's been friends since then. So he brought them with him because they were riding that day. So I met them there, and then the relationship kind of blossomed from there. But yeah, and then I ended up moving in with Quint the year after, down in Antioch, and then after that we moved to the house right beside Luke and Jesse over there in Opry Mills, and then now I'm roommates with Luke.
That had to be a party. Living next to Jesse and Luke, and you and
Yeah,
Quint. Was it just you and Quint in that house?
Yeah,
or
it was just me and Quint.
So it was you and Quint, and then Jesse and Luke.
Yeah.
the two houses next to
Yeah,
each other.
it was fucking
Oh
wild.
yeah, because you were in Antioch next to where Mitch and Justin and all
Yep.
them are.
Yep.
Bro,
And then
living in Antioch's wild.
I just hated having to do like a rental company, like
Yeah.
American Homes for Rent.
Oh, dude,
You watch this American Homes for Rent, I hate you.
bro. I rented from them. My house in
The worst people in the
bro.
world.
My house in Laverne was through them.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit sucked.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. They took like $400 off of our deposit for leaving up the rod over the top of the back door for curtains. Everything else was good, and they took off $400. I'm like, I'm so close to wanting to sue you guys, but I don't really care that much. I was like, damn
It
it.
would cost more to sue.
It costs. Yeah, and that's why they do that shit. That's why they do it. So whatever. But yeah, now I just Venmo my landlord.
Dude,
my rent.
That's how mine works too. It's great.
So sick.
It's the best way
love
to
it.
fucking do it.
I love it,
dude.
dude. Yeah.
Living in Antioch's wild though, and that spot where you guys were in.
It's just so far away from
near the
everything,
lake.
man.
It is, but I'm just saying, like, going to that Kroger in Nashboro Village, that's a fucking journey, dude. Like, you go into that.
It's like an adventure every time you go. It's like,
bro, you never know what you're gonna see.
No.
There's the armed officer on the way in and on the way out. They had two of them, one on the way in, one on the way out.
Keeps you humble.
Oh, bro, it's just like, dude, and then fireworks or gunshots at night, you know? And
you just fall asleep to it. It's fine.
Yeah, and I grew up in a New York suburb. I know you grew up out in the country in good old Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Antioch was a whole different thing for me. I'd never really like lived in like a ghetto before.
No, yeah,
Like
for sure.
hearing the tires screech at night in the Mabco or the Zaxby's parking lot, like shit was wild.
It's fucking sick, dude. I love it.
It is for
cool.
sure. So you got songs on the fucking radio now, huh?
Yeah, it still feels like surreal, honestly. Yeah, I mean, not like terrestrial radio or
No,
FM,
but I feel like as
Sirius XM,
a fan of rock stuff, and I listen to Octane all the time.
Yeah.
Like I listen to Octane, and I listen to Turbo. Turbo
Turbo's sick.
Turbo is probably my favorite channel of the
Turbo's
Sirius
sick,
XM stuff. Because it is a lot of that butt rock, but a lot of like new metal and then, like, mixed in with some like late Metallica and shit like that.
So sick, yeah.
And like with Shannon Guns and fucking all
I
the
love those
DJs
guys
that
over
are
there.
on
Shannon and Vincent have been like my biggest supporters at Octane. So it's honestly, I never thought it would happen while I'm independent. So I think it's really sick that they like to help out guys that are.
How'd you first find out that you were having songs on there, or
Dude,
having a song on there? Which song is it that's on there again?
Virus. It's the last single.
Okay.
Yeah. So Matty Mullins, Memphis Mayfire.
Yes.
He was on. I had him feature on my single before Virus, Human.
Fucking sick song, dude.
Thanks, man.
It's a workout jam.
Yeah, Matty is one of my better friends here. He's awesome. It's a really cool mentor. But he's like, dude, we should try to get this on Octane. Just hit up the programmer, Vincent. He's DM him. I'm like, let's just try to get our song on Octane. So, I just like DM'd him. I was like, yeah, man, did this song with Matty Mullins from Memphis. He said you guys were pretty good friends. Love for you to check it out. Let me know what you think. Anyways, long story short, I started playing that on Octane, and then I dropped Virus, and he texted me, and he was like, hey, man, send me the song. I'd love to play it. And I had no idea it was just going to go straight to Octane. I didn't know he was just going to start playing it. And then I like somebody tagged me in their story on Instagram, was like, so cool to hear you on Octane. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I like go to Octane. It's just like 12 times it's been played. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude, what the hell's going on? Yeah, it's fucking sick. So
you had no idea.
I mean, I felt like he said he was gonna play it, but I didn't take that as like he's gonna play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that constant. Oh yeah, we'll get it on there.
Yeah.
It's like at like the one play like 2 a.m. overnight.
Yeah,
like, it's been getting consistent.
Dude,
play.
it gets like 7 or 8 plays a day. It's so sick.
And what I like about the Sirius XM stuff, 1, the no commercials.
Yes.
2, the songs aren't edited.
Right.
3, it's where, so if you're the people you're trying to reach, folks that are into to modern rock, whatever subgenre you want to fucking call it,
right?
That would be into your shit.
Yeah.
They're listening to Octane.
Yeah.
They're probably listening more to Octane than they are the local terrestrial stations.
Oh, 100%.
Because the shit is real on there.
Yeah.
And Octane has rock, especially on Sirius XM, has more street cred than I think any other genre has on that format.
It is, yeah. It's like, well, I guess it's because people in my genre, and it's changing a little bit, but like we don't really have an FM station that plays heavier stuff. Because you go to listen to rock radio on FM, it's like AC/DC, right? It's like still the older stuff, which is fine. I like that kind of stuff, but there hasn't been an outlet for new rock that's coming out, modern stuff to be played on the radio.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why it holds so much weight, because it's like the only place it's being played. And I mean, FM is changing to be like that because of Octane, and because of SiriusXM is kind of taking over. So they kind of have to, adapt or die kind of thing. But yeah, it's fucking sick. It's very sick.
Dude, I just love how you found yourself in what do you want to fucking say. You've always been able to write a fucking country song. You've been since back in the day when we first had you on this podcast, and you were talking about writing songs with Noah Hicks, writing songs with guys like Dylan Marlowe, Brian Fuller, guys that are succeeding in the country realm.
Right.
And you're succeeding as well, just doing the kind of music that's authentic to you.
Yeah, that's what it's always been, man. It's just like
being Elijah.
Yeah, just being authentic to yourself. When I moved up here, I was just writing country songs with the guys that I knew, right? So move up here is pretty blessed to be in the situation I was to move in with Wells and Brian. And just immediately be thrown and meet everybody that I met. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things if you move to Nashville or a place like LA or even New York that have a big music scene. It's like you go there, you don't know anybody. So how can you network with people if you don't know anybody? If you're just like going to go up and randomly introduce yourself to some random person, you have no idea.
Yeah. But
I was almost like paraded around to different people. It was
Bro,
like, hey, meet my new friend. Hey, meet my new friend. This is Elijah. This is, what I mean? And now here we are from that same kind of interaction. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, that was how I met you. And, and right now I feel like is the perfect time, obviously, not just because it's happening right now, but the world of music right now.
Yeah.
There are so many overlaps, and you have this crossover of country and rock in itself. You have artists from the South that are from small towns like Jacksonville, Alabama, that are able to come out and fucking do the rock thing. Like, because you look at guys like Hardy, you look at what Jesse and Luke are doing with Lakeview, you look at what the production is sounding like on a lot of these songs that are crossing over into multiple genres. Yeah. If there's a time to make a leap from writing and creating in one style to doing another, and it just being accepted widely, now is the time in 2023. Bro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, having the streaming services and, like, a way for us to show our music with TikTok and Instagram Reels and all that kind of stuff, it's like you can kind of do whatever you want. Yeah. You don't have to have somebody... You have to please somebody else with your music, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up your streaming numbers right now are fucking sick, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fucking dude, you almost had 250,000.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Like, dude.
I try not to look at it, but...
I'm sure. That's like me. I don't always look at the pod numbers.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Same thing. But I'm just saying, like, for you to be able... Because when did you make, like, the official jump to being like, okay, I want to be... I'm Elijah. This is what I'm doing. This is the music
I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to do this my whole life. I just didn't, like, know the steps to take it.
Yeah.
So,
dude, how old are you?
25.
Yeah, you're young. You moved here at fucking 22 years old.
Yeah.
You barely knew your left from your right hand. I moved here at 23, and I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know a lot of shit.
Don't know.
You move up here, and you think you know because you're playing gigs at Sky Bar and at different places in your local scene, and then you get up here and you get some reps, and you have some ups and downs. Yeah. With just life in general and in the music.
I think it's just going back and being honest with yourself and doing what you know is going to make you happy. You know what I mean? Because we're all in this for the rest of our lives. Yeah. I feel like. I know I am. Yeah. I hope other people that move up here feel the same way. So if you're not going to be honest with yourself now, 10 years down the road, you're going to look back and say, fuck, what did I do with all this time? Now I want to change. It's like, just always be honest with yourself. And that's what I've had to do recently. So just make what I want to make and don't really think whether or not people will like it. If I like it, that's all that really should matter. Yeah. So.
Well, if you like it, you're such a big fan of just music in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like even when it was country, like when it's like your boys that are in the country world, you're front row supporting those guys and girls that are your homies. Yeah. And so you're a fan of the music. So if you're a big fan of that scene and in that lane that you're in rock, and you fuck with it, chances are other guys and girls in the scene are gonna fuck with it too. What is the rock scene like in Nashville? Because
it's nice.
There's people that come to mind like yourself, Lakeview, Taylor Acorn, that are in town, and people think of Nashville as country and then maybe like worship as secondary.
Yeah, for sure.
Rock is right there and is rising more
Yeah.
and more with the house shows and different things going on.
I think it's starting to grow. It's always been here, but the spotlight hasn't been on it. I mean, like take like something like Emo Nashville that's been happening. I mean, there's one this Saturday too.
I saw you're playing it, right?
Yeah. I'm doing like a little mini set over
yeah.
there. But yeah, stuff like that is really allowing people that moved up here. Because take any country band right now, like any country artist touring, I guarantee half of that guy's band was in metal bands or in rock bands 10 years ago.
Probably the whole
5
band.
years ago.
Probably the whole band. Not even half.
Because I mean, if you're in the rock scene, you know you don't really make a ton of money. So you take somebody that has 1 million monthly listeners as a country artist, and you take him into any bar, they'll pay him $10,000 to walk in there, right? You take it on a rock artist has 1 million monthly listeners, you put him in a bar, they're going to give him $1,500, right? Bar sales aren't near as good. Country fans drink. Rock fans don't drink. Rock fans only drink water and beat the shit out of each other, which is sick. I love that. But
Yeah.
I have to understand it from a financial aspect and say, I'm probably not going to get paid that much if the bar and the venue don't make that much money. So, but yeah, I'm digress. Anyways, but yeah, I think the rock scene here, it's always been here, but the spotlight's on it now. So, like I said, guys like Matty Mullins, Memphis Mayfire, huge band.
I want to meet him.
He's really sick.
They seem like good dudes.
Oh,
they seem
awesome
like
people,
good.
dude. Awesome people. They're him and Cody Quistad from Wage War. They both live in Spring Hill. I know there's a bunch of bands that live around here too. But
I love Spring Hill. That was actually funny enough where I first lived when I moved to town. So you got
Spring Hill's sick.
You got pretty lucky. You moved out. You were in Hermitage, Antioch, and now you're Opry Mills area. Correct?
Yeah.
When I first moved down here, I was in Spring Hill, bro. And
Really?
I was working on Broadway doing security. I was up and down 65.
Was that 45 minutes, dude?
Depending on how Franklin and Brentwood,
probably
Thompson
an hour.
Station, Cool Springs traffic looks
Yeah,
like.
dude.
Yeah, it was about an hour going up, and then when I was
Awful.
driving back on a night shift, I was cruising down there at 3 a.m, passing all the cars left on the side of the road, because that's what people do when they break down. Let's just leave my truck right here. We'll get it.
Hell, I'll get it in the morning.
I'll get it in the morning. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm gonna call up Tommy. He's gonna come get us.
He'll come get me. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Spring Hill. That's a cool area. But I mean, dude, what are house shows like? Because I haven't done.
Dude, house shows are crazy.
Trey Bonner's a big fan of house shows, so that was one thing. That's kind of where Trey Bonner got his content style, like got his chops doing content. Was when he was going to MTSU and he was involved in the house scene, house party scene or the house show scene in MTSU. Because you've done quite a few of those. I remember when you were starting to do them, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to try and make it. And of course, I was always on the road, but I was like, I want to get to one of these. I want to see Elijah not at the basement, but in a literal basement. You know?
Yeah, dude. House shows are fucking terrible. It sounds like shit, and you can't hear anybody. It's loud as fuck. It's always disorganized, but it's a lot of fun. It's like, it's the same thing. Like rock never really, especially really like heavier subgenres of rock. There's nowhere to play that stuff. Like some of the biggest hardcore bands you'll never hear in your whole life because it's just such a small, segregated genre of music that's very specific to specific people. You don't really have a place to play it.
Fox's Pizza Den, right?
Skate shops.
What the fuck is
record
that?
Shops. Yep. Denny's, dude. Just VFWs, abandoned buildings. You just anywhere that you can play your music is where you do it. So, yeah. I mean, we played a house show with a band here in Nashville called There Go I. Had like 80 people show up. The biggest house show I've ever played in my whole life. House shows are usually about 5 people, and 3 of them are somebody's girlfriends. So they suck. But this one was sick. Like the whole living room is full. It's so fucking loud. Sick though. Very sick.
So there's no like riser or like.
Hell no, you just set up on the living room floor.
You're just in the living room floor.
You're just on the floor in a house.
And hope there's no barricade or anything.
Hell no.
You just hope nobody comes running.
No, I hate barricades. Team
Really?
Fuck barricades.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
See, as a tour manager with a country band, I'm like,
Country's
God
different.
bless the barricade.
Country's different. Rock scene is like, I mean, people stage dive and
Yeah.
just have a blast. So it's like, I guess it depends on the scene you're in, but rock fans know not to touch the gear and not to get in the band's way or whatever, and they just have fun.
There's like an etiquette to it.
Yeah, it's concert etiquette for sure per genre. But like if you get big enough, like if you're playing 2,000 cap rooms, like you have to have a barricade. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many people. But if you're playing like a 300 cap room, like the end, you know what I mean? It's just stage and people. People stage diving, fucking going crazy.
Have you stage dived yet?
Hell yeah, it's a lot of fun. You just kind of black out for the time that you're at the.
What happens if they don't catch? Like, are there situations where people stage dive and people don't catch them?
Yeah, you just fall. It's like two options.
I don't know. I don't think I could.
Somebody catches you, or they fucking don't. That's pretty much
you
it,
just
man.
take a chance.
You just take it. I mean, people's gonna catch you, but they might not.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't. Depends on how big you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the wildest thing you've seen wildest thing you've seen on the road, whether it be one of your shows or a Lakeview show?
Oh,
You spent some time out the road with those guys,
Yeah.
and I know, and not the most luxurious of establishments.
oh no, dude! I watched this girl throw up all over the stage one time when I played a cover gig in Auburn. She just
What
Sky Bar.
it's got front room?
Yeah, front room. We were just playing, and I looked down, and she just like her face just goes flush, and she just throws up all over the stage, just like somebody kicked a fire hydrant, dude.
War Damn Eagle.
Yeah, hell yeah, boy.
You're the guy, by the way, that taught me one of my favorite things to say to people
What?
from Alabama is the ROWTYDE.
Hell yeah, dude.
Row Tide.
That's a Harvey Updike quote, man.
Yeah, that is, dude. He's one of Trey's like, man, I want to find me a Harvey Updike T-shirt. I'm like, Trey, you can't.
Dude, they used to sell that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I'm sure you get one on Amazon.
I
should buy him one. I should buy him one and send
You
it
should
to
buy.
him.
You should buy him one. I went to the Iron Bowl last year with Trey, bro. That was
Iron
the
Bowls
only-
are sick.
That's the only SEC game I've ever been to. I got
Really?
spoiled. I went with
Yeah.
Trey and his buddy Frankie, his childhood friend Frankie Glasscock, and Frankie's company did one of those like bougie tailgates in the
Yeah,
quad where they have
Yeah.
the tent. But bro, what made this whole day crazy was. So Trey balled out and got like the Champions Club like suite
Yep.
tickets
Makes
or whatever.
sense.
Which I got to meet Alexander Shannara
That's sick.
in the suite.
The Southern celebrity
Bro,
himself.
I got to meet the Alexander Shannara. Not as tall as I thought he was
In
going
the
to be.
flesh, dude.
Short in stature, big in
Yeah.
his pocket.
That's right.
And big on billboards. That head looks a lot bigger on the fucking billboards than it is in person.
Yeah.
But I was hitting my pen, and so I'm stoned.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
baked
yeah.
at the buffet in the Champions
Oh,
Club.
just
And
eating
I look
everything.
at Trey and I'm like, I think that's Alexander Shannara, but I'm not sure. And Trey's like, well, let's go find out, Burrill. And he grabs me like a little kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you Alexander Shannara? And the guy's like, yeah, I am. Like, nice to meet you. He's like, my friend wants to meet you. He's from New York, but he's a little stoned. And Shannara was like, I used to smoke back in the day. I'm like, bro, let's go. Alexander Shannara, the
Wow,
podhead.
that sounds like a fever dream.
So is that-
meeting Alexander Shannara high?
At the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, dude. That's
With Trey at Brian Denny. But earlier in the day,
yeah.
fucking Roll Tide Willie, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
I've gotten to know Roll Tide Willie and
Yeah.
his handler, manager, I don't know what.
Yeah,
what
something.
Chad, who's the guy that's with him.
Yeah.
And we walked around the tailgate at Brian, the Iron Bowl tailgate, like through the whole quad,
Yeah, yeah.
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And it was me, Chad, Trey Lewis, and Roll Tide Willie. You talk about just having attention brought on
That's
you.
a fucking crew right
Roll
there, dude.
Tide Willie and as they were calling him then, Mr. Dick Down in Dallas
Yeah.
for Trey. For it to be so people were coming up to Trey, but what I was more stunned by, we couldn't walk more than 5 feet without sorority girls.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Old dudes being like, Roll Tide Willie. Oh my God. Get your swaller.
Did he get pissed drunk before he
Bro,
was
his eyes were yellow.
Oh.
His eyes looked like a cat. They were yellow and
So
rolling.
he was
behind
already
his-
drunk.
Bro, I don't even know if he made it in the stadium.
No, probably not.
That dude doesn't have to pay for tickets anymore. That dude
No,
can
he's
go to
fine.
any game he wants.
He's fine.
But goddamn,
Oh, it's
that
funny.
place is Tuscaloosa is wild.
Yeah, because I went to school down there for like 6 months or something. I went to like 3 classes my whole time I was down there.
So you didn't go to Jackson. You went to.
So I went to Jacksonville State for 2 years, and then I transferred to Alabama.
And then you made the decision to just be like.
Then I went to. I think I literally attended 3 classes that whole semester.
Do you remember what the 3 classes were?
Pre-cal. No, what's that other fucking? See, I don't know.
Geometry,
no,
algebra, calculus.
Starts with a T.
T.
I don't know. See how much I paid attention.
Yeah, you made the right decision.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I didn't care.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing music?
Oh,
what do you think? Fuck. What do you think you'd be doing? Because your brother went the military route, right?
So my brother's in the National Guard.
Nathan, right?
Ethan.
I was close to. Sorry, Ethan.
Close enough. Yeah.
Ethan's a fun.
Nathan's my middle name, actually.
Nathan's your middle name. Okay. Ethan's a little wild card too. I remember him at those.
Dude,
at those parties with Wales and Brian, and he would come up and we'd be doing bonfires in the back. Ethan's always good. He's still enlisted in the Guard doing that.
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. So he just got out of officer school.
Wow.
So he's gonna be going back up to Missouri to help with basic training, like being an officer at basic training.
Cool.
Very soon. But yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah. So what would you be doing if you weren't screaming on stage singing about your feels? What would you be doing?
I mean, I always kind of wanted to be in like aerospace engineering, like being a astronomer, that kind of stuff, like space.
Oh, so you like the stars? And
I love
stuff.
space shit, dude.
Do you have that app on your phone that you put it up to the sky and it like tells you the different constellations?
No, I just watch YouTube videos and like read a bunch of books about it.
So yeah, I forget what the fucking app is called. I gotta fucking look at it now. It's like, oh, here it is. It's called Sky Guide.
I need to get that.
And it's free, dude. And it's like you fucking click on it, and then what you do is you literally it like tells you like where all the constellations are. So you like move it around the sky.
Really?
And it'll pick up. Yeah. So you're like, I wonder what that is up there. You're like, and then you think,
That's
which if you watch enough YouTube, if you go down enough YouTube rabbit holes, you definitely know most of the constellations.
Oh,
but
for
it's
sure.
Good, like double check, and then you're like, oh shit, that's Jupiter. Oh shit, that's fucking Venus. Like,
yeah. All I do is watch.
Space is cool.
I usually watch a space video every night before I go to bed.
Watch Neil deGrasse Tyson. Have you watched
His stuff's kind of gimmicky. I like to watch some more entertaining minds.
Entertaining minds, like what?
There's a guy named Brian. Oh fuck! Now you put me on the spot, and I can't remember his last name.
What kind of voice is he? Is he like?
He's British.
The British guys are the best.
Oh, they sound
British
so smart.
Voices are the
they
best.
could be saying something that's not even right at all, and I'll just completely.
I don't
agree
even
with
fact check just because they're fucking British.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox.
That's what his name is. He was a guest on Joe Rogan, and I watched that whole episode, and it was so sick.
Yeah, space is fucking interesting, dude.
I love space,
and it really puts things in perspective. Like you're having a bad day, or like
I try not to think about it too much, or else I'll get all fucked up.
You get all fucked up about how big it is out there.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in my life, dude? There's a picture of Earth from Saturn's rings. I don't know if you ever saw that picture.
No.
It's called the little blue dot. I think that's the name of the picture. But it was taken like a couple years ago, and it's a probe that they sent out to the edge of the solar system that turned around and took a picture of Earth, but it's through the rings of Saturn. And
no shit.
Yeah, dude. So like the dot of Earth is just like the size of like a pinprick.
Oh wow.
And that's where we're at. It's fucking crazy. When I saw that picture, and I was just like, I had like an existential crisis. And I was like, nothing fucking matters. Nothing is real.
All the chaos of this world that we think is so monumental.
Yeah,
and
I'm like,
massive.
I got to pay taxes in March, but we've got a picture of us from Saturn's rings right now. What the fuck is going on, dude? So stupid. Well, all right.
Dude, it is.
Log into TurboTax really quick.
It is crazy. Where in town do you like to go and hang out? You get out?
Oh, dude, I'm a homebody.
So you don't even.
I mean, if I go, I go
I used to see you at Red Door all the time.
And it wasn't a good time for me. I drank too much.
But dude. I feel like that's part of what you do when you get here.
I mean, it is
the drinking.
It is, and that's what kind of sucks about it, because it's like you almost have to go out and meet people. But I took that as an opportunity to be like, let's just get kind of drunk really quick, and then I would run up like a $70 tab and then have to figure out a way to pay for it down the road. It's too much.
What was your go-to drink when you first moved here?
Oh, I just drank tequila.
You were a tequila guy, because
I would just go up to the.
Because I don't know what people necessarily like. I know Matt McElwain drinks Fireball,
Oh.
Because Matt McElwain is Fireball.
No, I
It's
can't.
like Trailer Park Boys. Jim
I
Leahy
can't
is
do
the
Fireball.
liquor, you know?
No.
McElwain's Fireball and Miller Lite. He's the he could tell he came from a cover band in Alabama.
Yeah,
'Cause that's the get drunk for
Dude,
cheap method.
The last time I drank Fireball was, well, no, I drank it one more at a time, but the thing that, because everybody has their liquor that they can't drink.
Is Fireball that for you?
Yeah. So I was 18. I was at a graduation party in high school, and I woke up in the grass in the morning, like with the dew on the grass.
Yeah.
Just like face just wet as fuck. Like my entire left side of my body was just soaking wet
Jeez.
just from the grass. Me and my friends had finished like 3 bottles of Fireball.
Ugh. We all went through a Fireball phase before I got sober.
Yeah.
You go, I mean, we have Brian Kelly and Tyler Hubbard to thank for that.
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
Georgia line
Dude,
is responsible
Yeah.
for all of our Fireball
every
phases.
Southern kid wanted to drink Fireball.
Dude, I'm from New York and I was drinking fucking Fireball. And that Fireball whiskey whispers.
Well, dude, it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's like the cheap thing that you can get your older friend to go buy for you.
Plastic handle.
So
And if you're trying to moderate your thing,
Yeah.
you can get the little they used to sell the little mini like the airplane
Yep.
bottles.
Yeah.
And you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, pick me up like 6 of those. That'll be enough for the day."
yeah.
And that's like 6 shots of Fireball is
Yeah.
that's a pretty good little chunk
Right.
there, kid, you know?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I used to drink like all the time, I never really drank socially. It's like a reason to do it. Like if I'm gonna drink, I'm just gonna drink. You know what I mean? So I just go to the bar and order like 3 shots of tequila and the Corona and just get it going.
Oh wow.
Bam, bam, bam.
Kickstarter.
Bam. Yeah, you just gotta go. So then I'd just hold on to my beer and I'd be kind of buzzed and go up there and order 2 more shots and I'm probably good.
Yeah.
From then. But I don't really even drink anymore, dude. I'm like 1 time a month.
Why is that, you think?
I just feel like shit. I don't like feeling bad when I wake up. I have like really, really bad anxiety about.
Anxiety is a real thing.
Anxiety is a real thing.
My girlfriend has that.
Hate
that
dude.
real bad.
I'm a very routine oriented person.
Yeah.
It's probably some sort of like autism, something. I don't fucking know. I feel like we're all a little autistic.
We all have our little
Our
ticks.
minds working like art, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta be autistic at some point. Yeah. No, I have a very routine thing. I eat the same breakfast every morning. I drink the same coffee. I do the same thing every morning. But then when I drink and I go out and I get too fucked up and I wake up, I feel like shit and I can't do my routine. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin my routine. Like I just get like freaking out and then I won't do it. But then like 1 night a month or like, I don't know, very rarely like 2 nights a month, I'll just fucking go nuts. I'm like, fuck everything. Nothing matters. Let's get fucking crazy. And then I'll just get way too drunk, hungover as fuck the next day, and I'll regret it for the next 3 days. And then I'm like, all right, I'm not drinking again for as long as I can remember. I'm not doing it. And then another month goes by and something to celebrate, and there I go. Which honestly isn't that, if you're going to drink, it's not that bad of a way to do it.
No.
Don't drink for 4 weeks and then black out. And then don't drink for
Because then
4
your
weeks.
tolerance changes too. It's like taking a tea break with the,
exactly.
with the smoking.
I'm big gym guy.
Yeah, you
Gym
always
douche.
have been. You always
To the max.
Where's the best gym in Nashville to work out?
Gym 5.
Gym 5. Where's
Gym
that
5
at?
in East Nashville. It's honestly like probably about a mile from Nissan Stadium. It's sick. I'm my Gym 5 homies. I love you. Even though I haven't been there in a week because I've been going to True Fit in Madison.
Oh, you've been cheating on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. me and Luke, we work out together.
Oh,
so he's got a True
yeah,
Fit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's got a True Fit membership, and he doesn't have Gym 5, so I'm going to True Fit a little bit more. But yeah,
I was doing really good at going to the gym. You would have been proud of me. I was like,
I would have.
I was lifting. I was taking care of myself.
Yeah.
I was writing it all down. My Fitness Pal, drinking like a gallon of water a day. Not with one of those.
What
like,
made you stop? Why'd you burn out?
Just we had a lot of family coming into town, the festival stuff, and doing all the Ray's Rowdy shit. It's just it's
It's
like,
hard to keep up with, man. I've just had to make it a habit. That's
Yeah,
all.
dude.
I've just been doing it for so long. I just won't never do it.
Yeah, like
You
it's
know what I mean?
part. Like you said, you're a big routine guy, and like
Yeah.
being on the road made it tough. But now that I'm not on the road, but we're still kind of on the road. Like Nikki and I get to like 15 festivals a year.
Even though we're like, and I'm not on the road right now, but I'm always doing something. Like what we do, it's not a 9 to 5.
No, it's very unorthodox.
Dude,
and
it's just like all day, every day. So which probably is a bad way to live, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So.
You got a girlfriend in your life yet, or what?
No.
How's that all going? Or
No.
or are you just focusing on music for right now?
Yeah. Girls make me nervous, so I don't really talk to them all the time. Hot girls make me nervous.
Bro, what do you
So
mean?
I still talk to him. I'd rather spend the time on my music than put my. Plus, I don't even go out too much anymore.
Well, have you gotten like
So.
DMs and stuff from like
Yeah.
scene chicks? I feel like scene chicks would be really into you, Elijah. Like scene girls, like I'm talking like blue green hair and shit. Like they like my
if you're hot with tattoos, DM me.
Like My Chemical Romance was their personality trait for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, 100%.
Like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Have you had, even outside of girls, like have you had like folks reaching out about your music? Because I feel like
for sure.
I feel like obviously country music touches people in a certain way and makes people feel a certain way.
I think it's the same kind of vibe across.
I feel like
genres.
it's even bigger in rock though.
It probably is.
I feel like people are really going through shit that are in
Yeah,
that community,
I mean-
and it's a beacon of light through anxiety and depression and through
It
deep,
is.
dark
It
shit.
definitely is. I mean, it made me feel the same way when I first discovered it when I was a teenager. It's like you deal with stuff behind closed doors that you don't want people to hear about. I mean, as a teenager, I was like high school quarterback, like played baseball, like I was like a jock per se, but like everybody's dealing with shit behind that they don't want other people to see by themselves, you know. So I guess finding music that helps me, that makes me know somebody else is dealing with the same thing. You know what I mean? And rock definitely touches on that more than country.
Yeah, have you had people like
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. People talk about their experiences all the time.
like crazy DMs and stuff?
I've had my fair share of crazy DMs. Sometimes it's a lot because like people like trauma dump on you, which is kind of weird. I try not to like entertain a lot of that stuff, but I mean, I respect the fact that somebody trusts me enough to say their problems to me, but I don't know if it's the same way. Like, I don't know how therapists do it. It's like, dude, how do you just disassociate with yourself and just let this person spill all over you? Like, I feel like that would just fuck me up so much. Like having to help this person through something that they're like really, really dealing with, like hard. I couldn't do it.
They're on the edge. And
and they're asking you to help them, and I'm like, I don't really know if I can take that responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there a song that you've put out that people are like really responding to? Would it be Virus? Because that's the one that's just had the most traction as of late. Or,
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't write about depression and stuff like that.
Well, no, I'm talking about just people reaching out, being like, "Man, this song changed me because of this, and this. Like,
honestly,
this song
I think
helped me through this."
I think it was
shit.
probably Hard to Lie, the second single I put out this year. It kind of resonated with a lot of people. Maybe it's just because it was the biggest song out of all of them. But I mean, I get responses from every song that I put out most of the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. I really couldn't open up, and I guess that's the reason why I do it through music, because I never can open up to anybody and just like tell them my shit. Because it's my shit. Fuck you. Yeah. You know? I don't know. I'll deal with it. You know what I mean?
What's the biggest difference in writing a country song versus writing a rock song? Or are they not?
Nothing
as different
really.
as
I
people
think it's like it. I mean, the heart of country is writing what is true to you and what makes the most sense. I think songwriting at its core is all about your own emotions and what you're going through. And of course, you can tell a story and just like make up a song just for fun of it. People do that all the time. But that still doesn't mean anything to you. You wanted to do that, and you wanted to have a feeling from that song. So it's the same thing. Country probably touches on it a little more, probably pulls on it a little more, like heartstring vibe. But I don't know. I think at its core, the way I used to write, I mean, I still write country songs all the time. It's like taking an emotion in a situation and trying to convey that to somebody to where they would understand where you're coming from on the back end of it, which most of the time I just write songs because I want to.
Yeah.
So
it's your therapy, like you said.
Yeah,
it's your
exactly.
shit. Everybody deals with their shit differently.
Yeah.
You deal with it by either writing pen. Are you a pen to pad guy, or are you a note guy?
No, I'm a Google Docs guy.
You're a Google Docs guy.
Yeah, because I write songs with my friends, so it's like we just share
That's
it.
easy to share. See, I'm an Apple Notes guy.
Apple Notes.
Not that I'm writing songs, but like I'm writing down names for
Yeah.
writers' round.
Which my notes
and
are full of like
podcasts.
song ideas and lyrics and all that kind of stuff. But
Do you get ideas when you're driving and shit? Because I've heard a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
people doing that.
driving in the gym is when I just kind of disassociate and think about stuff. There's this thing, it's like a noise blocker on Spotify. Half the time when I get in my AirPods, I don't even listen to anything. It's just like silent, which is sick.
See, silence kind of scares me.
I love silence.
I don't do well with it. I don't do well with being alone and in silence. And
yeah,
stuff.
I kind of have to.
Unwind.
I have to. I get like antsy when I get around too many people all the time, so I have to like
overstimulated and shit.
Oh yeah, which I'm an extrovert. Like I love hanging out with people.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff.
definitely are. I would
yeah,
say.
so,
I would
but
agree
like,
with that.
it's my dad is a huge introvert. Like he doesn't want to do anything. My mom's super extroverted. So I think I got kind of like the best of both worlds. But yeah, I definitely need my alone time, and that's most of the time it's in the gym. So I just have to block out everything. Like today, it was so packed. We went to True Fit, and it was just overly packed, and I was like, "Fuck, I hate this, dude."
When's the best time to go to the gym?
I don't know when other people don't go.
Well, what time? what?
I mean, I usually go at like 10.
See, I'm like a 10 a.m. at Planet Fitness here in Hermitage, and it's usually great. You have like your soccer moms that are in there, your old guys.
Dude, I like Planet Fitness, man. They fucking lunk alarmed me though, and I fucking hate them.
They lunk alarmed you?
Now.
For what?
For working out.
Well, you had to have done something.
Yeah, I walked in and worked out. That's what I did.
Well, what were you wearing? Were you wearing one of them? You're a gym bro. What were you wearing?
I was asking for it, wasn't I? What
what are you wearing? were your damn titties hanging out? Like,
yeah,
what are you wearing?
It was my boobs. I had my nipples out. No, I just cut 2 holes in
It's a family establishment.
I know, dude.
You can't have the tits out.
No, legitimately, I walked in with a cutoff, and he said I couldn't. The guy at the counter said I couldn't work out.
Yeah.
I saw like 2 other guys with tank tops on, and I was like, why can they wear tank tops and I can't? He's like, dude, it's just policy, man. I'm not trying to argue with you. So I had to go back out to my car and like get a wrinkled up T-shirt. It was in in my floorboard in the back seat. Came in, and the rest of that was fine. But I went to another Planet Fitness, and I was just doing incline dumbbell, like presses or whatever. And I guess I dropped the weights too hard or something. I'm like going until I can't. Like you go to failure, right? And you're like, oh, I'm fucking tired. And I set them down, and boom, boom, lunk alarm me. I'm like, fuck you. Judgment free my ass. Judging me for being sick and strong? Piece of shit. I'm sorry, Planet Fitness. I still have a membership for your showers.
Yeah, on the road. Yes. Yeah, that's why I've always kept it. Clay Barker is notorious for getting lunk alarmed as well.
That makes sense.
Clay's been lunk alarmed.
Clay's kind of a douchebag. I love Clay.
That's what I'm saying. You and Clay, we should do that. We should do that as a content piece. Have like you, Clay. Maybe we bring out.
Dude, I've been doing gym vlogs and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm saying
check out my YouTube.
I'm saying we send you guys in and we see who can get lunk alarmed first.
Oh, that'd be so easy. I just work out like I do everywhere else, and they.
Is YouTube your favorite of the social media things?
I don't really have a favorite social media. If I'm gonna watch,
where do you get the most traction?
TikTok, probably.
What do you? I haven't looked at. I'm never on fucking TikTok.
But to watch Reels has no filter, dude. You can see some wild shit on Reels.
Instagram.
Instagram Reels
and Facebook Reels. I watch.
Dude, you watch some wild shit.
I tend to watch more Facebook Reels. Let's see.
It's kind of bad. I can just see random shit happen.
Let's see. Oh shit! Look at you, 204,000 followers.
Yeah, dude.
Casual with fucking. Dude, yeah, and you're like in the algorithm right now.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of it means. I just post shit.
Well, dude, what that means is that your videos are fucking.
Well, yeah, hitting. I mean, I've never I just hate talking about this shit. But
well, I know. It probably makes you uncomfortable because
no, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. It's just, I hate as creatives we have to care about something other than music. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same thing with you. Like you hate to have to work on those shit, but it's the only avenue that we've had to be able to promote ourselves.
Especially on the independent scale.
Absolutely. So it's a blessing and a curse. It's like, yes, I need to do it because it helps out so much. Yeah. But I don't want to have to do it because it has to be a priority and I want to just worry about my music instead. But, you know.
What's cool, though, is it looks like the videos that are hitting well for you aren't bits. Like it's directly
related. I've never done bits.
It's
or anything.
Directly related to your.
Yeah, I won't do like cringy shit.
It's directly related to your music, and people are seeing it, so that's gonna help you a ton as far as like.
Dude, don't get me on my fucking my TikTok fucking pedestal, dude. I'll fucking talk all day about it, dude.
I mean, dude, you're not the only guy that feels that way. So many people feel that way in rock, in country, and
and pop and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people just have to. People feel like they have to be cringy to be seen. You don't have to. Like, I feel like the videos I post aren't cringy. I just know how to like record nice looking video.
I've got it on mute, and I'm like looking like we got this one. Some of these, yeah, it's you. It's you driving.
Yeah, it is
Just a clean
just
shot,
cinematic looking stuff.
Cinematic shot.
That's it.
And
That's all
it's
it
just
is.
you singing the fucking, and you put "forgot my seatbelt." Oops, like that's a funny fucking like just a
Hey, you have to play the algorithm a little bit, but
yeah, but just a quick little thing. Like it doesn't have to be difficult and cringy and have this much time and effort.
No, you don't have to make fun of yourself or make people hate you to get some sort of traction. I just think that's so dumb. Like trying to get hate on a video.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's like, dude, you want people to hate you? You want people to hate your music?
Yeah.
Like, well, it gets likes and views. I'm like, oh, so that's what actually matters. You just want to be seen.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter, dude. People need to like your music.
Yeah, there is that. I will say there is something to having haters does mean you're doing something right. If people are taking that time and energy to comment stuff that they don't like. But overall, the goal is you want to have people enjoy your art.
Like
you want people to appreciate your art in the time that you're putting into this craft.
And I mean, in the day and age of social media, people are making songs for hate.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this will be controversial on TikTok. This will blow up on TikTok for sure. I'm like, it's bad.
Yeah.
This is not you. You're not being authentic, and it's stupid. You're just doing it so you can be seen. And what is the end goal in that?
Yeah.
What are you doing 10 years down the road for that 15 seconds of fame you had on TikTok? What is the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how can you actually live with yourself?
Yeah. Where's the longevity of it? Like, there's got to be a balance of the viral stuff, like a balance of that, and organic. Like, either your music's good or it's not. It's gonna appeal to a lot of people, or it's not. There's only so much that some viral pops will do. Like, can you back that up? And can you sell tickets? And can you perform on a stage? There's so many of these cats that come up and never cut their teeth at a Sky Bar, never cut their teeth at a Moe's Barbecue, which you're very blessed to have come from the state of Alabama, where they give youngsters an opportunity.
Dude. I mean, I've been playing shows my whole life.
Yeah, so like since what, 12? Like 13?
I've been playing guitar since 12, but I've been doing it for forever.
Yeah,
so it's like, I mean, people have to start somewhere. Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, someone has a video blow up on TikTok and they never played a live show. There's a learning curve.
100%. The only way to learn is to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, I mean, people just want to make money immediately. It's like we're getting offered tours like all the time, but you have to lose your ass on the road.
Yeah,
it's just what happens. Yeah. You don't make money in the beginning,
especially in the world that you're in right now.
Yeah, you sell merch and hope to God you can get to the next city and play some shows.
So what do we have? You talk about that stuff with tours. Obviously, the music's streaming very well. The social media's doing very well.
Yeah.
What do we have now? We're in November. We're almost at the end of in 2023. I would say probably, I think pretty clear your biggest year yet.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as you making music as an artist, right?
Yeah.
And as a writer, everything.
Right.
What do we have closing out this year, and what do we got for next year? Anything you can tease or talk about? I know, Mr. Michael Gordon, one of my favorite ambassadors to the scene and managers, is out there in the living room watching, making sure we don't say anything too bad. He's fun, great. Which, by the way, real quick, how'd you get working with him? Because he's a great fucking guy.
So Michael was one of the first guys I ever met when I moved up here, and became friends before anything, which was nice. It's what I always try to do, is like be friends with somebody before I do any sort of business thing, because it just doesn't make sense if we do the other way around. But yeah, and then 3 years flashed by. We meet in 2020, and I keep seeing him around everywhere. And I dropped my first single, Stitches, in when was that? 2022. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say I think it was 22. I'll look.
I think it was last year.
You keep talking. I'll look it up.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
Anyways, so right before I did that, I sent Michael some demos on some stuff that I was thinking about putting out. And long story short, we decided to start working together now instead of back then. So now here we are. The rest is history, as they say. But yeah, I love Michael. Me and him, it's nice because it's like, as a solo artist, the reason I do it is because I like to make my own decisions, and I don't want to have to like convince 4 other guys in a band. This is what we're gonna do. This is the part we're gonna record. Let's do this melody instead. Let's drop the song on this day. I can just do it myself. It's all on me, right? Yeah. So keeping our circle small has really been like one of our biggest things, and I think that's why we've gotten where we are now. It's just trust ourselves. We feel like we've done the right thing so far. Just keep doing it.
It's hard to argue against that.
Just don't really. It's not. We like to have people on the team, but we don't need anybody. So I'm not here bragging for people, but.
Yeah. So what do we have? What do we have to look forward to as we get into the next chapter of Elijah continues to grow, dude?
So first official EP drops before Thanksgiving,
bro.
So one more song, and then we're gonna wrap up 5 songs.
Yes, that's awesome.
I want to say the song name, because this is gonna drop before I really announce the song or whatever.
Yeah, this will be dropping on Friday.
Yeah. So I won't say the song name, but first official EP is gonna be out. And then next year, we're going to start another EP cycle. So probably new music, start of February. A little more riffy, more fun, still keeping the same vibe. Hopefully people fuck with it. But I think these songs are sick. So I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Hell yeah. And then what do we have as far as getting on the road? Because that's a huge part of
the scene. Dude, nothing right now, man.
It's a huge part of the scene for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully something comes around. But trying to get on some festivals next summer. Hopefully get picked up for some sort of tour in March or so. I mean, I think something will happen, but there's nothing set in stone right now.
Bro, the festival thing, that's something that Nikki and I were talking about last night. Because obviously Nikki T and I spent a lot of time together doing being the duo that is running this Raised Rowdy thing right now. And I was saying, like, dude, I'm really looking forward to having Elijah on. Like, it's been like literally 3 years since I last had him on the podcast, and he's doing something different from what he was doing. And obviously, Elijah's the homie, but it's been so long since I've seen him and getting to see Michael. And he's like, bro, because Nikki went to Louder Than Life this year up in Louisville. And Nick was like, well, dude, in the next 3 years, we're going to see a lot. Within the next 3 years, probably sooner than that, we're going to see Elijah on some of these festivals.
Dude, I hope so, man. I love those festivals. I'd love to play Louder Than Life, Aftershock, So What Fest, Blue Ridge, all that shit. I love rock festivals, dude. It's so much fun. Yeah. So I went to the last Warped Tour in Nashville when it came up here in, what was that, 2018?
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. I love that kind of shit. But yeah, nothing set in stone right now, but hopefully something soon.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well,
try to.
Bro, this was a lot of fun. Long overdue. Let's fucking hang out and kick it soon. And I want to.
Let me come sing a song, Bud Rock, dude.
Bro, we would absolutely do that. We would love to have you do that, and definitely gotta kick it. December 13th, if you're free. I don't know when you're going back home. And same thing, we'll tell Michael if he's not able to hear out there. And let the Lakeview guys know too. We're gonna be advertising to the public, but we are doing our first ever Raised Rowdy Christmas party.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's at the Rusty fucking Nail.
Oh, dude, the good old Rusty, man.
Love the Nail. That is
good old Rusty.
The Nail's a place you can get fucked up for like $30 if you're playing the drink. So make sure you don't drink earlier in the month.
I won't.
I want that to be your one night. Dude, I want that to be the time of the month.
That place has that Deer Hunter game.
Yes.
And I'll sit there and drink PBRs and play the Deer Hunter games.
Bro, dude. We're gonna be doing it's just gonna be karaoke all night.
Oh shit.
So Nikki we're just gonna be hosting like karaoke.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna have them do like catered food, but it's gonna be like a tray of their wings, like a tray of the Rusty Nail, like the Rusty Nail greasy bar food. That'll be like the catering, dude. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we'll have that. It's a Wednesday night. Bring like any whoever, any of the gang, bring them on out. Sweet. We're just gonna get rowdy at the Nail, you know, buddy. Like we love that shit. Dude. But where do people go to find you on everything? I know you love your social media, so make sure to plug them where they can watch your favorite content.
My TikTok is Elijah.Elijah because somebody had Elijah. So it's like there's this big thing. It's like a huge fashion brand in the UK that's called Elijah. So I can't.
No shit.
Yeah.
We need to get you an endorsement with them. Elijah wearing Elijah.
I guess so. They're like super high end. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Well, what you do is you get the high end stuff and you like cut holes in it and shit.
Yeah, great idea.
That might be your stuff. Spend $1,000 on a jacket t-shirt and then just make it a piece of trash. I mean, that's what Kanye basically does with his fashion stuff.
I know, yeah. Elijah.Elijah on TikTok. The X Elijah on Instagram, and that's pretty much everywhere else is the X Elijah. And then Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Listen to me on Octane while you can. Tell them you like it. If you do. If you don't like it, lie and say you do.
Yes.
Help a homie out.
There's not always a good time to lie, but if you don't like, this is a good time to lie.
The only good time to lie is when somebody tells you to and you do it for them. That's when the time.
Yes. Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids. Lie for the children. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on and hanging out. And it was fun to have you on an In the Round episode years ago to have you on Outside the Round. Because this is what Outside the Round's all about. Yeah. It's having guys and girls on, having guests on that aren't just country artists, songwriters. Right. Like we've had comedians on, we've had other folks in the rock world on. We're dabbling into like hip hop, athletes, influencers, different shit. You know, it's a conversation that's different from what it was where it was the interview. It's more of a conversation and hang with folks that we just think are dope and happy to have on the program. Yeah. So I'll be sure to check out our boy Elijah. He's got some great music out. If you're like me and you love SiriusXM, hit up the folks at Octane. Tell them about Virus and tell them to play the fuck out of that thing because we love it here and we know you guys will love it as well. Be sure to follow Elijah on all the socials and continue to stream his music and be on the lookout for some big things coming in 2024 to the EP closing out the year right before good old Thanksgiving. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors, our friends, Big Friendly Productions. You're looking for a place to get merch made, hit up BFP down there in good old Birmingham, Alabama. Got our friends from Saxman Studios, of course, the homie Whaletail Media, and our boy Mitch Wallace with The Digital Marketing Agency. You guys liked what you saw and heard on this episode. Like, rate, subscribe. Tell your mama and them. And if you want to find out more information about us, visit raisedrowdy.com. For my boy Elijah, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.